Test this 1, 2. Is this thing working? Holy. It's been a long time. Way too long since I've done one of these casts. Let me see if I can get this thing working on the other side. Welcome to another cast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Buttery Bits. I'm going to be joined by none other than just myself, because I do not have a co-caster for today. But today we're going to be looking at 3AC versus CF. Kharkov. Midpoint is going to be Church. St. Mary's. We're just waiting for the rest of the crew to get on in. Most of 3AC has already finished their dry runs. You have very, very notable names on this side, including Fart. You have Faded. Six Puck. Sea Unicorn might be in here. Usually see Six Puck and Sea Unicorn, but I'm not seeing anybody over here. Butters from 10th Mountain. Ravens from 10th Mountain. Clock from 10th Mountain. Brick from ESBT. You have Stealthy, who at one point was trying to collect all the Infinity Stones of all the teams. I believe he went to Helios, ESBT, Broken Arrow, a couple others trying to get all the NA ones. You have Nadaj, Barbie Simp, one of the better players for 3AC, and a couple new faces on the 3AC side. You have Soggy, welcome in, Glitch from FPZD, but you do have some notable names on the CF side from the APL season. And some Merc guys, because you can see Daniel down here. Alma down here. Ray Tracer. Tone up there. Bruno. Looks like they're all coming in. But I'm hoping for a very, very good match. We're hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping it's not going to be like a quick 5-0. We've seen that before with 3AC, with these types of opponents. Last APL, they went against CF. It was a 3-2, overturned into a 5-0 into 3AC's favor due to a appeal. I believe it was either cheating player or some type of game. I forgot exactly what it is, but I had to do something along those areas where it did get overturned. Today, though, we're going to be having my dual map set up. I've done this before during HCAs and APL. I just want to make sure it's all good because my settings did get reset. Okay, first map's good. Can we have the second one up? Nope, not that. Nope, not that one. Bring this over. Up there. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to have both maps today. On your right is going to be CF side, on your left is going to be 3AC. I was too lazy to put the emblems on, but that is what we have for today. I just want to make sure that we are good, and it's not just going to do that each time. I have to change keybinds. Ah, that's great. I thought I had this all set up, but I guess not. Switch this keybind out. Beautiful. So if I turn on the map, it should show everything. That should turn off. Indeed, it worked. Today we're also going to be using a new scoreboard. Scoreboard is going to be on the top. We're going to be playing Soviets versus the Germans on Kharkov, St. Mary. It's going to be 3AC versus CF. We're going to be streaming 3AC side with Creamy. We'll be on the CF side. Now I can get my OBS up on the other side. Beautiful. Okay, still more adjustments needed. Rip. That's why you need some time, folks. Need to adjust this off that way. That way. Okay, I'm not gonna touch it now. Let's see who else is inside the server. Yeah, Crimson, who was a former 173rd before they collapsed, maybe about a year ago, I think. To this day. Daniel, Lagera, Keonashi is on the other side. You're going to be casting. Go ahead and check him out. He's going to be streaming on YouTube. In the search bar. Rejoining Chris Squeezer, also known as We Are Charlie Kirk. What a name indeed. So we also have another streamer here. I don't recognize that name. We're going to be talking about ECLs here in a couple bit. ECLs is currently going on. I believe we have 3 more weeks-ish. Gone through 3 matches for each team so far. Go ahead and pull up that graphic later on. HCAs is going to be beginning around October, I believe, exactly. Somewhere October, very, very early October. Somewhere around that area. I can't find any HCA Discord. The map pool for the 49s and 46s are going to be Omaha Day, SMDM Day, SME Day, Carrington Day, Utah Day, Hurricane Day, Foy Night, beautiful, Hill 400, Stalingrad Day, PHL Rain, also known as Day, Kharkov Day, and Tobruk Day, as the flip is incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Just one last test of the map. Both sides, very, very nice, very, very nice. And that works. Let's check. Again, if you're just tuning into the stream, go ahead and tune into Keonashi's stream as well. He's streaming the other side as well. And here comes map flip incoming. We're going to be joining Fish Squeezer, also known as We Are All Charlie Kirk. What an interesting name indeed. He's going to be King Squad. He's going to let me in. We want to be on the opposite side. Sorry, I haven't done this in a little bit.
Are you guys streaming? I'm just the RD player.
Let's see if we can get the secondary map up here in a second. Trying to do this without a monitor. Click, my friend. Click, 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 click. There we Kyonashi House Floor. This is why you gotta keep casting in your schedule. 'Cause when you haven't done it in a long time, it's pretty difficult. Anyway, we're gonna get Creamy in. Otherwise, we're gonna be taking a look at the map here. It's gonna be Marshtown, Bitter Spring, St. Mary. Then it's gonna be Belgorod, and then Overpass for the Germans. If you want to go in and take a look at the dual map, we'll bring up the map here. 3C is going with a medium tank, a recon tank, 2 lights, 1 supply truck, and a transport. Looks like CF is going for a 3 transport, 1 medium, 2 lights, and a recon. Midpoint's gonna be St. Mary. Haven't done this in a little bit, so excuse some technical difficulties if we do have them. Otherwise, at this time, Germans are placing supplies just north of Belgorod. Same thing with the Allies. See if there's any snipes, any truck snipes coming along. And to the point. As you see on the left side of your screen, here comes a German truck. Already flies from the Allies. One thing to note when it comes to the Allies with Artie, they can adjust quicker than the Germans. And here comes the German vehicles now. We have, Russian. You have the T-34. You have the T-70s. You have the trucks. Truck snipes coming up in the middle of the road, none hitting. One very, very close to the truck if it was delayed. But here they come inside the point. Nobody from 3AC out for the truck already. CF is coming out. South side of the hard cap. Here comes their truck on the bottom of your screen as well. 18 Lysol and Squidward, a couple known names for the 3AC side. As one Lux comes south of the hard cap. One of the trucks for the Germans coming up to the east side. We're gonna have 2 Luxes, so 1 Lux coming into the hard cap. Their P4 is somewhere in the back. See what it is. But all tanks inside hard cap for 3AC is a rocket. Very vulnerable to 18 and here comes the C hit the first Lux, now it's hitting the second Lux. As a big spawn wave comes from the south side for CF. I do want to turn our attention to the map to see how wide we have. Not wide at all. There's nothing to the west side of the 2-1 squad for 3C. Otherwise, for CF, everything else is on that east side. More flares coming along. They do have a whammo guy all the way in the back here. As something gets destroyed, that's just a transport truck. And CF now shifting. Wait, there we go. E4 still inside the hard cap. Medium for the Allies. On the west side. 3AC now pushing these guys outside of hard cap as a key for absolutely destroys one of the 3AC infantry. Here comes people diving. Wanting to get a piece of puck. Can't get inside the bridge though. Trying to splash Cat as they come in for the 3AC side. Everything is just condensing to one hard cap. You can see the T-54 bottom of your screen. Both teams have lost a light. Both teams have one light still alive, plus their medium. Now going in favor for 3AC as they get more people inside the hard cap. Although, I believe CF... No, not really. You'd think CF would have more control of this east side already with the amount of people that 3C's putting inside this hard cap. Remember, this is 36 by 36 as the medium is making a play. He's gonna blindside his people, and his people have no idea where he is. It's gonna be his first shot, though. Go hold him. Take a look at the map and see if CF has responded to the reset. They still have the medium. Do believe that is screwing your ears a little bit with the audio, but you do have a recon tank all the way over here. This is 918 Hunts. Lots of, not many OPs on the south side of St. Mary. Lots of OPs in the hard cap as a bombing run is coming down for CF. Rugby Sim, Punk, Plum, Cat, all going to be inside of that bombing run. Toddy and Rocha to the right side of the screen. Spawn kills. BA-10. Hunts at 918. nowhere. Ideally, I want that truck. I would too. Sadly, Hunt is an infantry player, not much. Gunner is going to destroy that transport truck. And I believe he also took down a spawn. There's supplies there, so we have a wide look at the map here. This is how this is how far they're spread out right now. Basically, just in the middle of the map. You have guys on the east side protecting the east flank on the tracks. Okay, and this is the BA-10 little ground car on. As Hunts and 918 are going to be able to escape. Rocket coming from Hippo. Missing the P4. The P4 giving the ass. Shot. Will Hippo be able to follow up? No, he does not. Hits a tree. It's a rest in pieces as the BA-10 of 918 hunts is destroyed by the first Tiger. Tigers and Arrow. Pronunciation as the last of the lights is dead. That was Satchel. And the medium is still alive. In a rocket on the south side. On the bottom of your screen, just obliterating that CF fellow. If you are 3AC at this point, you have boxed them out of the important areas. AKA most of the middle part of St. Mary. Icarium, Soggy, Stealthy in the backline down over here. Making headway. We're on some of the action on the east side. As I don't know what this MG is looking for inside the houses. Ghosts, Sam Darnold. That's something. Jesus. Something gets shot with the push. Going to revisit the map. CF is basically boxed out. They do have one guy in Whammo. It's going to be Dog Squad up on G5. But 3C is making a lot of headway in this east side right over here on the left side. The left map. We do have a Whammo carry, but it's locked due to infantry being on the other side. But we do have a heavy tank for 3AC coming up the IS. Most notorious for the turret and sometimes on the front plate if you can angle them correctly. This is entirely west side. It's coming up on the bottom left hand of your screen. 3AC's IS is going to be on the middle right of your screen. As a P4 got Ricky, and BLC follows up with an AT shot and kills a P4. That is all default spawn destroyed for both teams. That P4 was alive for quite a bit. So that is just a truck being blown up. But the amount of space 3AC has now gotten getting into these houses over here, far right side, Puck and a Dodge gonna get first hand of the Tiger's trap. Does Puck have AT satchel? Puck might have AT satchel. He does have the PPSH. And he does have the satchel. Tiger's not noticing. Tiger will not notice. Getting it inside the track. And ladies and gentlemen, that is stuck on there good. stun player Tone or Big Arrow be able to notice? I don't think so. When the SLs for Sia, tell them to get out. I think it's too late. Yes, it's too late. They find the satchel, but bye-bye to stun player's Tiger. As they roll up in flames as the first heavy destroyed in this game. As CF is now looking for some leeway on the west side of St. Mary. It's a great job by 3AC being able to get that first satchel on. That Tiger had no idea what was happening. Getting more of a wide angle here, you can see CF taking the approach as Top Gun gets a good side shot on the IS. Will he be able to follow up there? It's caught by Chuckle's combination with the first heavy. Let's see who this first heavy is. It's Clock and Six Puck being former common guys. Hun's brick in the back line. Just gonna take a look at the map real quick. CF kind of spread out. A couple guys in the north of Belgorod, a couple guys on the east and west side. But on the lower half of the map, which is down here, if I can get my mouse down here, over here in G and H7, they're completely boxed out. And I think that's in partial due to Stealthy's team over here with Arya eating the taco. Be able just to do work, especially with Squidward. I don't know what that recon player was trying to do, something sneaky. Davey trying to get a satchel play on the IS for the most part, though. Is that a... what is that? It's Cupid's Cap, Ghost, and 918 and Light Tank. Probably destroying spawns. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the spawns that they have. They have one Gary. Will they be able to destroy this one Gary? Gary's right over there in the middle of your screen. Will they be able to see it? They're looking for it. They see it in front of them. Puzzle. And they destroy it. Good job over there. Ladies and gentlemen. Cubis and 918. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Buttery Bits. We're going to be casting, or we are currently casting CF versus 3AC. CF is going to be as the raspberries or the red. 3AC is going to be in the blue. We're going to be playing Kharkov. Kharkov St. Mary is the midpoint. Good spread from 3AC on the west side now. If you remember, they did have our CF people west. They are completely wiped. East side, same exact thing. I mean, if you're looking at this from the CF side, you have to tell people, hey, we're boxed out. We need a whammo play. Let's get up into the action as more tank rounds come. 6 bucks IS. And you wanted the spotlight, my friend. We'll get you the spotlight. As there is a Lux in the distance. Hey, not getting any closer. And is running. Here's the light tank for 3AC side. Getting hit in the tracks by the Lux. We'll be able to see a Lux versus Light. Where is the Lux? The Lux is all the way They do have a luck somewhere in that area. Lots of shit coming through the fight on the fields. Lux does go shit higher on the field, keeping some Capcos. We're about 20 minutes in to this match against 3AC versus CF on Kharkov. Let me just adjust the volume just a little bit. Didn't realize how ear rapey that was. Puck and Braga in the middle of this house, as it's a wild goose chase, and Braga gets the best of Puck. Oh, we will be able to see Plumstub and BLC pull the charge. STG showing its strength. That's an image you don't want to see from 3AC. Plumstump be able to prevail? And yes, indeed. Oh, no, never mind. Braga with a 3-piece in the house. Let's go and take a look at 3AC's map only. We have 2 heavy tanks. One's going to be manned by Butters. The other one's going to be manned by 6-Puck. All the way on the west. Whammo is done by Brick. Three AC has completely boxed out CF on the east side. Almost got them boxed out on the south, as CF has very minimal people down here. Very, very minimal. The light tank that Cubis and the rest of them were in are destroyed by the Tiger. Tiger is alone now, though. So will we see IS versus Tiger here? Oh no! They're getting satched. Satch is on their right side. 6-Puck being blind. As a P-Strike is coming in for the Axis. 6-Puck needs to move. Never mind, it was never for 6-Puck. It was for the middle of the field. Did miss him though. Tiger's gonna go down to the IS, but 6-Puck, my friend, gets satched. That's the first IS lost for 3AC. Currently 2-1. 3AC killing 2 Tigers. Rocket coming down from, who is this? Top Gun. My guy loves those 2 movies. I indeed too as well. Top Gun 1 or Top Gun 2? With Top Gun Maverick. Let me know who you like better. Meantime though, that's a supply plane. Cat and Chuckles on the right side of your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this stream is on a 15-minute delay, so whatever you're seeing is 15 minutes in the past. That is just to prevent people from cheating, viewing streams. But in the meantime, let me know if you have any other questions in the chat. This is going to be 3AC versus CF on Kharkov, St. Mary. 3AC is going to be on the blue. CF is going to be on the red. Stealthy, eating Otaku, Ikarium, Sagi, grinding out this east side. Nothing else happening though. I mean, it's a standstill between these 2 teams. Trading guys. We're gonna go and take a look at the map again. Looks like the Lux was abandoned by CF. 2 tanks in the backline on Belgorod for CF though. Another heavy from Cubus Cap Ghost in 918. As here comes a bombing run, trying to give space on the east side for CF. Takes down, I believe that was Yeating. Never mind, Yeating in the background. Might get killed, he does not. Did it get any spawns? No, it did not. Charlie's OP Ikarium Yeating. Still alive. Here comes Glitch. Former FPZD player Soggy versus Soggy, the hipfire. Glitch might be able to kill him and does not. Oof. We're going to take a look at the stat line and a couple for who is winning in terms of infantry kills. Who are the top players already coming down for CF? Who is CF's RD player? We must know. Made in something something. Excuse my inability to speak other languages. Luckera in the background. Daniel, probably one of the defensive guys. And CF is now making headway in the south. Going to take a look at the west here as well. Absolutely nothing except for brick. C currently has 2 ISs. One is currently visible to you. Towards the middle of your screen. Between Chuckles and Crimson. Flare goes up for 3AC by Crimson. See what he could do. This is going to be a 1v2 situation. Takes down Top Gun. Gets nicked by a CF player. Bandages. This CF player is not thinking twice about that door. It's more already comes down. Shows for 3AC by the IS. Let's take a look at 3AC's tanks. They did lose one without me noticing. That was Cubus. Cubus's IS was somewhere around here. They definitely lost that. I don't remember how, but there is some backline pressure now with Rocha, Davey. Davey trying to get a satchel on the IS, does miss. Rocha is back. Has to be an OP somewhere on the backside, maybe against P4, no? We'll take a look at the map. So 3AC crumbling just a little bit on the east side, south of the hard cap. Nothing has changed as a rocket comes from Rocha into the engine. The IS needs to spin quickly. Might be able to spin. Getting close. As Rocha gets killed by Stealthy. Tank is saved from Butters. In the past we have seen 3AC struggle with supporting their tanks, but this match so far it's been pretty okay. Davey now in the backline. Where is this OP? It's a Gary. It's a Gary on G5, just on the edge of it. Stevie is going to be able to take this garrison down. Maybe if Lysol can prevent that from happening, and he kills him. So a shift, probably just because of kill to death ratio on the west side with the shooters, but 3AC has lost it. Southeast, or southwest, sorry. It's Pat, Rec, Kachow, or Kauchu, Pikachu. Adolf is inside of the hard cap. This guy is like a man on the mission. Now inside the church. As he might encounter Fart. Maybe not. Oh, he will encounter Fart. Fart turns around and gets killed. This guy's now inside the hard cap. Going to take a look at the screen. Just going to take a look at the shift. CF is now inside the hard cap, controlling some of the southeast and the southwest. 3AC now losing St. Mary. As two Tigers are now pushing. It's going to be a 2v2 battle. Between two Tigers, two ISs. Tiger's going to be on the top of your screen coming in. IS is going to be in the bottom left-hand corner. There's another IS somewhere in the back line. Katushka, the first of the game, probably coming inside the hard cap. As this Tiger is now going to bull rush. Katushka landing a bit short. I would have wanted that on the east. Or the west, sorry, I'm getting my directions confused. But here's an airhead. That's why that Tiger pushed up. I think 3AC needed to make a move early on to prevent this from happening, because 3AC does have shooters, but CF does have great South American shooters, and it's crazy the amount of people that these guys can get. As the airhead is now coming down and is going to land perfectly inside the hard cap right next to a tree, and that Tiger is just going to guard that thing with its life if it has to. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is CF versus 3AC on Kharkov. This is the game Hell Let Loose if you're tuning in for the first time. My name is Buttery Bits. This is a 15-minute stream delay as we wait for the airhead spawn. So everything you're seeing right now has happened 15 minutes in the past. If you have any other questions, you go and put them in the live chat down below. As CF only spawns in with 3 people. So we take a closer look of the hard cap near St. Mary. Between the two teams, CF having 1, 2, 3 OPs near hard cap, 1 airhead. It's just because 3AC is just boxed out of their own hard cap. As another airhead spawn comes in, Fish needs to be able to see this thing. This thing needs to be marked. It is not, as far as I know. Fish needs to start HEing from Artie. CF now passed the halfway point of capping St. Mary after about a 20, maybe about a 30-minute battle between these two teams. Where the IS is. 1 IS all the way in the back line here for 3AC as Davey with the satchel. As soon as I come back to this tank, it just dies. Davey again with a satchel. This is the second IS he has done. He is satcheled. And now I think this Tiger can just full on push. It's going to be a 2v1 situation unless 3AC is bringing up another Tiger. Another IS, but I don't see another one coming. It's a battle for the hard cap. Fish Squeezer. Beautiful Artie. Is the airhead still alive? It is. Is Stealthy going to be able to get through and rocket it? Stealthy is going to be able to see it. Stealthy is rushing. Stealthy gets a spawn wave. And Fish with the Artie directly on the airhead. That might have just saved 3AC from losing St. Mary, as 3AC is now recapping Holy crap. Bracket the only one in hardcap now. Jesus Christ. Fish squeezer. I would not think of him as an arty player, but holy. Rocket coming in from Fraggle. Can't side pin a Tiger, but you can make it uncomfortable. So Rick's off the barrel. So 3AC currently has a IS in the north, two Tigers in the south, and a full regain of hardcap. Take a look at the maps again for the 3AC and CF side. CF again still with the bull rush, but 3AC with more map control, controlling the east and the west with at least 2 OPs. As a Tiger needs to rep, maybe? Sporting is staying with an MP40. He's like, if the CF infantry is going to protect my tank, I will. It's a rocket from Hippo. Straight into the engine, but that Tiger's not going to give him a second chance. Still 2v1 with tanks, 3AC only having 1 IS currently on the field. The IS is currently in the north. It's going to be on the left side of your screen here as we're going to take a look at another angle from up top. And here comes the bombing run for 3AC. Where's it going? Never mind, it's a bombing run for CF. I apologize. It might hit the IS, maybe? Just barely missing. If anybody doesn't know, you can kill a tank, whether or not it's a heavy, a light, a recon, a medium, with the bombing run if you position it correctly. CF will survive with their 2 Tigers. It's a rocket. One of the CF players does miss. Player going up top for CF. Infantry still coming up northeast, separated from meeting NDB and Glitch. Icarium. Being able to clear out that Gary. Who is this Tiger? Butters, Wolfcaller, and Raven. So far into this scrim, other than some crazy arty and tank shots, it's been 3AC for the most part. As here comes a IS for a nasty angle on one of the Tigers. Sounds like trap damage to Butters IS. He might be able to get an angle. I just turned on my highlights for the first time in this match. I apologize, but you can see the turret. That's a P strike for the Tigers, but a rookie mistake from Faded. He had to have known the church would have blocked the peace strike as Butters gets a first pin on one of the Tigers. This Tiger might be dead. If Butters can follow up. He does not. And this Tiger will survive with his life. As CF starts to cap now. I think CF is just capping just because of the sole purpose that there's just this many infantry in sector. 3AC is doing their best to push these guys out in the west side, but I'm worried. Really worried about the east a little bit. Toddy and a couple others. Okay, so they're holding the west side pretty much, the east side pretty well. Take a look at our map again. There you see with a good spread in the southwest part of St. Mary. But CF again, the reason why they're capping is just because the amount of OPs overwhelming 3AC as Butters tries to get another angle. Might be able to see? No, he won't be able to. And 3AC is going to fully recap St. Mary as a Tiger goes down from something? From a heavy. Cubis. Big ol' angle right there. Beautiful use. Cubis might be able to get a two-piece. Order up some Popeyes, please. As Cubis does get the two-piece. Two Tigers are now down for CF. And Cubis getting that dog in him to push the railroad. I don't think this tank was ever called out by Yagod or Gallo at all. Otherwise, I think they would have moved. We'll get closer in to this guy in the church. Never mind, he's not in the church. Very close to BLC. And his OP is going to be wiped. Satchel from this CF guy, this Labrador. Kind of sounds like a Labrador. Is wiping the northwest of 3AC's backline towards hardcap. So even with the advantage that 3AC does have with the tanks, they're just losing a lot of ground. A lot of ground on that west. I think it's time to say, hey guys, we need more flexes from the east to the west. I think we need more guys towards the houses all the way back here to get some weight shift. Is that a tank all the way back there? Or is that dead? That is dead. Ardian rockets coming on down. As I get a water from the next room. 3AC and CF still battling it out for hardcap. As Patoviz inside flanking. I think this is an issue that 3AC is going to be bringing up, is the flanks. That CF is able to have his Barbie sim shift Wing. Probably had his map open. As CF now starts the cap, I'm not seeing anybody in this tower. They do need an MG up there. So more RD, more tanks coming down. I believe 3AC tanks, if you take a look at the map, have condensed pretty much. 3AC's rocking 3 tanks, one really, really wide. Sorry, we're gonna move away from the action a little bit to see Clock, 6 Puck, Big Bear. Each eating this spot. I would be worried about a Tiger coming up. But Yini Otaku and DB getting some pretty wide flanks. It is not helping 3AC at all though, as hardcap is CF's now. And CF has started the cap maybe about 20 seconds ago. Almost all the way half capped. Here comes a IS. Who is this? Butters, Wolf, Collar, and Raven getting themselves in the hard cap. I do see. Is that a Tiger coming up? Maybe. Let's go and take a look at the map. Where are their Tigers? I believe they have a couple maybe inside the hard cap of Belgorod. Let's look. Yep, they have one just to the north. So one coming up on the top of your screen, you see it in the red as Lavi, whoever that was, trying to get another satchel. That would have been a 3rd satchel kill for CF. But an IS protects the IS. So we're going to take a look at the spread here. 3AC getting hardcap back. It's going to be 3 tanks near Puck, Braga. Did Braga get a satchel on? Here comes a Peace Strike. Peace Strike is coming in for one of these tanks. Who will it be? Going for the Cubist tank, and Cubist lives. So next German Peace Strike is going to be at 20 minutes game time. So one of 3AC's tanks in the back line. Butters is getting aggro. Matt getting a rocket straight into the ass. Raven needs to shift down and spin really, really quickly, or else they're going to get engined. And Matt misses it. Kajuska Strike is called in for 3AC, and 3AC starts the cap on Belgorod, who is back here. Nobody but Butters tank. Butters tank is the only thing that is near this hard cap and is capping. I think it's even. It literally basically is even as an airhead is coming down for CF. You see a lot of people inside the hard cap. Tanks battering down. Butters getting really, really aggro. You have a Tiger looking for this IS that's all the way in the back line. As here comes the Katusha Strike. Will it get anything? No, not really. Gets maybe 1 or 2 infantry. A rocket from Fraggle absolutely destroys that CF imp. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just popping on in, this is 3AC versus CF. CF is a South American team. 3AC is a North American team. My name is Buttery Bits. I'm a competitive member for Helios. It's good to see you all. I used to cast HPL matches and I used to cast HCA matches. It's been a little bit as Artie is battering down on one of the ISs with the 3AC. This is Kharkov. This is the game Hell Let Loose. If you're tuning on in, this is a 15-minute delay. Everything that you're seeing right now has happened 15 minutes in the past. All to prevent cheating. As Butters all alone. Ray Tracer. Raven Wolfcaller just out in the open. Out alone. And they got satcheled. Beautiful satchel placement by CF. That's their third satchel kill. As the bomber run's coming down for the Axis, aka CF. I forgot to tell you, CF is going to be in the red, called red berries or raspberries. Blue is going to be 3AC, also known as the blueberries. Bomber run coming in straight inside the hard cap. Will it kill the Gary? It will not. So if we look at the map here, you have a bombing run in the middle for CF. Not many OPs. They do have a Whammo OP. 3AC again is just so condensed into St. Mary as 6-Puck goes bye-bye for being aggro. Now, did a tank kill him? No. I don't see a tank. Probably got satchels. The 3AC being aggro with their tanks is working out. They did get space with Butters, and I do appreciate an aggro tank. But now, Whammo and 3AC grinding out. 36 minutes left. 34 minutes for CF to cap if they do not cap for the rest of this game until the last minute. Lysol on Hippo, right side of your screen. My audio is still very, very imbalanced. Clearing up backline. CF is now starting the cap just because 3AC doesn't have a lot of people inside of the Port Good squares. BLC trying to get a rocket onto the OP. So right now the only IS for 3AC is here. My instinct's kicking in as I'm like, is another tank gonna be satcheled? And another tank is going to be satcheled. Where is it? Is it on the floor? Oh, it's in the track. It's right there. Oof, that's really, really hard to see. So Cubus again is gonna be satcheled. 3AC is gonna lose all their ISs here as they lose to cap. And they go down. CF is now halfway done capping St. Mary. See Top Gun, Alma, Rock, couple other guys I cannot pronounce. While BLC, Hunt, Sweet Sox, Crimson, Kane, Hippo try to hold down the hatches, batten them down. King gets destroyed by Proct and Davey, double team. My guy loves lotion over there. Just tell him to play the soundboard for you as Fraggle takes on the CF guy inside the building, and 3AC is now getting back the cap. And dodge a couple others on the east side. He gets killed by the Tiger. CF now inside the hard cap. We're going to go and take a look at the map. 3AC still very, very condensed inside of St. Mary. Pretty spread out on the west side and on the east. They really need to condense the guys down here into the front line. These guys here down into the front line. CF needs to do the same exact thing. They need to wipe these people on the west and on the east to get inside this hard cap. The only thing that's saving 3AC is being on the west and the east. So next IS is Butters, Wolfcaller, and Raven. As a airhead for CF is coming. Will it be in the same spot? Oh, yes it is. If you guys didn't know, airheads are always the red parachute. And a low rumbling sound with the plane. Here's Senna, my favorite F1 driver. Rest in peace. Getting some nice splashes inside as Fart runs for his life. Here comes the airhead. Will Fish be able to see, like, do the same exact thing as he did last time? Because I think we need to clip that. Players up for 3AC. More than likely by Crimson. Yep, there he is. Top of your screen. Might see a tank engagement. I'm worried, Butters. You're giving Achilles over there, my friends. As the airhead is wiped by Butters. Great job there. Sorry I second guessed you, but Sweet Sucks is obliterated by Fish's own Artie, by his own Artie. Rocket coming from BLC misses. Rocket coming from Stealthy over the Tiger. Stealthy will be able to have another shot at it. Maybe gets the engine. It makes the Tiger panic. So with Mr. Senna over here being one hit, I think Butters will be able to try to make a play. As LK and Chora inside the hard cap, Bart kills Terra, or LK. IS gets one pin, I believe, in the tracks. Given the ass to the IS. IS ricks off the turret. The one part you can rick off of a Tiger. Tracks get hit. I think this is bye-bye Tiger. Maybe? The IS isn't going to shoot. IS does not have an angle. As the Tiger trying to back up, Artie's landing, so there's no chance of a rep. As 3AC starts to cap Belgorod, Belgorod being capped by Sweet Socks and Brick in the back line. CF does have a great line, as you can see on the map, with a couple OPs inside the hard cap to go and wipe an OP on the northwest side. And guys on the east, direct east of Belgorod, but 3AC, I believe, can now start boxing out CF with the pressure that is now on Belgorod. So the CF tank's still one hit. As the Tiger gets hit once. Is that tracks again? Either way, honestly, if I was CF, I would push that. I would be hell yeah, give me that opportunity. But anyway, here comes an airhead. Who is that for? It is for 3AC. It's a Katushka airhead. Let's go take a look at the action here. Down on Belgorod. Sweet Sock, Stealthy, Brick, Hippo, DB on the bottom right hand of your screen. Klotz just got caught into his face by Chora. Stealthy getting some revenge, but CF bringing people back. Now recapping Belgorod. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is 3AC versus CF. My name is Buttery Bits. I haven't cast in a long time, so sorry if I am talkative. I try to do play by play. CF is going to be in the red, 3AC is going to be in the blue. This is the game Hell Let Loose. This is on Kharkov, Russian versus German on St. Mary. 3AC so far has held the cap. I believe for the whole entire game, if my memory does serve correctly, and 3AC did get inside the hard cap of Belgrade. Still bringing people in. With absolutely no tanks near Belgorod for CF, as we do see a Tiger all the way in the back. I'll try to keep that Tiger in your view. It's going to be on the top right hand of your screen. Right on the border. As 3AC tries to get a good shot. Just a little bit over. "27 minutes left. 25 to start the cap. For CF. 6 puck now out of a tank inside of infantry. As CF is doing a okay job so far. Clearing people out of Belgrade. BLC getting... Might be able to get this guy. Maybe Gallo can see him? No, BLC is going to hide near the house as he destroys proc something. That's Pure Shift W. BLC getting a 2-piece. Order me some KFC and Popeyes, please. As CF is now progressing towards the hard cap of St. Mary again. We're going to take a look at the map for the infantry side. CF not having a lot of OPs in the south, but having a lot of manpower. 3AC again still not wide enough. At least for me, that is not wide enough. As you can see, just a whole bunch of OPs just on the hard cap. I think you just need to spread out just a little bit here, and try to condense as much as possible to keep these guys outside of your hard cap. CF has been doing a great job getting in over and over again. So 3AC does have 1 to 2 to 3 tanks. Another tank coming out of the back line. It's going to be 6 puck. Coming in. Let's give the guys some east. Some love. Sagi gets 1 from Rocha. Sagi might try to get Bruno, maybe, if Bruno comes on the other side of the house. Bruno ADSing and gets Sagi. Beautiful hold. As again, this guy in the back line, I've seen this guy in the back line maybe about 3 times so far. Jesus, dude. My guy's a menace. As Raven, Butters, and Wolfcaller in trouble. Butters does not have the rep kit. I know he has a level for it, but probably just doesn't have it on Russians. And 3AC now puts more pressure on Belgorod. So flip currently, as CF does have a Gary inside of Belgorod, no OPs. 3AC has 2 OPs. It's going to be Baker and Abel, Dog and Prep. 2 Tigers on the south side, southeast, and all the way back at G10. 3AC is going to have 2 ISs. One's going to be inside a hard cap, one's going to be an F5. as a dual satchel goes off. Inside a hard cap. Fraggle wiping guys. Did he get a Gary? No, he did not. Maybe? Oh, he did. The Gary is gone from hard cap of Belgorod 3, so he might have a chance. Faded in the chat. Top left. Requesting for a flex towards Abel. And I think it's time for 3AC to start putting more bodies into Belgorod. Now that CF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SLs on your screen. Tora, Gallo, Daniel, Vena, Astro. All coming back. That's a lot of the SLs for CF. Big spawn wave. Hard cap. 2 flares going up. 3AC has enemy supplies landing right on top of them. As you see a Tiger left part of your screen against an IS. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Son of the guy that really likes to do some reconning himself. I don't know why they backed up. They're not injured. Well, now they are. Stealthy with a rocket, hiding behind the wood. Almost gets shot. Does get shot. Does get the engine, though, of the IS. Stealthy, gonna hide behind. This is gonna allow Fraggle Snore, if he does get shot by the tank, maybe. Stealthy doing rounds around the tank, ring around the freaking Rosie. I don't know what this Tiger's shooting at. Satchel's placed on the other side of the wall.
I don't think it'll kill him. I don't think it's gonna kill.
It will not kill. Satchels need to be placed on the tank themselves to kill him, unless it is a recon tank. Sadly, we will see Stealthy get team killed and die. This will sadly not work out. Never mind. I have jinxed it. Butters does kill the Tiger. So we're going to take a nice, good old look here on the Skycam. Pretty much just a big curve of CF infantry versus a big curve of 3AC infantry. Cat being a sup person, usually she's an MG. We are gonna go ahead, if I can get the stats page pulled up, we're gonna bring that up. As a P-Strike coming in for the tank near hard cap. Misses and hits Raven instead. That was right on top of them, but either Raven being able to be a meat shield plus hitting the tracks. If you guys don't know about P-Strikes, if they do not hit the tank directly, are procs damage or a AoE type effect. So closest part of the tank as Khalil probably said your name wrong 5 different times already in this match. Gets run over. He had a chance. He had a chance. Butters will live another day. As now 3AC is losing the cap just to this one whammo CF guy in the hard cap. $18 minutes left. 16 minutes golden cap for CF as this is no threat to 3AC. Got a couple guys on hard cap, and that's all you need to do. Just make sure you don't get boxed out of your own hard cap. We're going to take a look at the map. We're going to take a look at the tanks. You have this 6-puck on the other side. You have Butters towards the mid of Belgorod. You have 2 Tigers for CF. It's going to be on the right side of your screen. It's going to be F9. That Tiger's now pulling up. And G10, that Tiger has stood there for a long time. .3AC still losing. St. Mary. Not being able to find this guy that's inside this church. Oop, way too far. Here he goes up the church. Into the church tower. CF now almost halfway capped for 3AC side. 3AC has a Gary and a couple of Ps, but those OPs are hot. Very hot. Artie claiming another CF life. Oh no. Don't let it happen again. These guys in the backline are like me, dude. Freaking love the sneaky satchel plays. Here he comes, waiting for the right time to strike. He's like, do I really want to go? Oh, I should probably go now. But knowing them, Cubus is looking behind them. Now probably looking forward. Got stuck on a tree. Club Stump coming up behind to help support the tank. I believe that there's a spawn. There's no spawn there. Plum Sub, though, is gonna take the head off of this backline guy. Another airhead coming up for CF. CF was almost halfway capped. 3C has now taken it. I believe the 4-1 might be out of the question. 4-1 is now out of the question, or out of the, off the table. I don't think 3C is going to be able to get in a position for another 4, or for a chance for another 4-1. Bombing run airhead coming up on down plus Artie. Here it comes. Fraggle lives. Bomb run kills CF's own person. And it's going to land in the same exact spot. Fish Squeezer, perfect game sense knowing that there's an airhead coming down in the same exact spot. Boom. Dialed in is Fish Squeezer. I'm ready for a juicy spawn to come up on this airhead. It does come down, but Fish Squeezer's already does miss. This airhead spawn probably will live. Tura needs to move. Never mind, they still live. A sea of red going straight into St. Mary. 3AC might have overextended a little bit. Again, 3AC has not been able to spread out off of St. Mary. They've been able to spread out on the east and the west, but nothing else. Very condensed here, especially on defense when they get pushed back. Big sea of blue. Big sea of red for CF. Delmondo solo inside the hard cap. Hans glitch. Michael. Lives being claimed by Reclam. Oh. Hippo. Trying to get a satchel on the tank. Tiger tries to come inside the hard cap. Does get taken out by who is this? That is Cubis. Airhead coming up for 3AC with the Kachushka trying to get a flank on them. BLC gets destroyed by Davey. Davey and Switch Talks trade 3 guys up inside the hard cap church tower. Here comes a Kachushka strike. We're going to take a look at that. The airhead, I believe, is down. It is still up. Stealthy gets a spawn. Claims 2 and Fish Squeezer again. Fart will be able to take down the take down the airhead before he is killed by the own Katyusha. Airhead is now gone. CF still inside the hard cap. 3AC is now recapping. A little bit of flutter in Belgrade. Only 2 people. It's Raven and Soggy. But with CF being in the hard cap, 3C needs to start putting bodies in. Like now. Here comes Clock. One of the tankers. Here comes A-Kane. But a big stack. I believe the OP is still up. OP is still up. Airhead's still alive in the flank. Here they come. Crimson, Sweet Sauce, Glitch, 6-Puck, Faded, Lysol. Wanting to prevent a loss after a big grind. See Cat, MG, up on the right hand of your screen. We'll see what she can do. We'll take a look at the stats here in a couple. Guys, if you're just tuning on in, this is CF versus 3AC. This is on Kharkov. The game is hell let loose. My name is Buttery Bits. .3AC is currently in the blue. CF is on the raspberry side, or the red, as a IS is here. Cubis. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the map after the bombing run, and Katyusha. CF is completely wiped out of St. Mary. That is it for CF for right now. They only have one. Jesus Christ! The map on the other side is completely scuffed. Jesus Christ! All right, bud. Jesus, what's going on here? Looks like they have a Tiger. I think it is. Yeah, it's a Tiger and a P4 coming up. If it wasn't so pixelated, I apologize for that. We're gonna go in and fix that later on. 3C with now a good box out of the hard cap, recovering. I think might be turtle time. Might be TT. Top of your screen is P4. I believe. Yep, that's P4. So 3AC for the most part just boxed out CF. CF needing to put more supplies. West side. Six puck. Getting the 1v2. 1v2. LK not looking around, and LK finally turns around. Not being able to see 6-puck. Probably has his FOV to 60. Does CF have anything in the back? They do. 2 flank Garys. And here comes a Tiger. So Tiger almost got satcheled by Raven. They will live. So CF is in a position to recapture with those flank Garys, that flank OP. The 2 tanks are there in the south side. 3AC only has 1 IS currently. They're bringing up the next IS. But that IS might be one of the last tanks that 3AC will have. What does CF have in terms of fuel? Jesus Christ, that is blurry. I'm gonna guess 580. So CF will be able to have 1 more Tiger. 3AC will be able to have probably 1 more Tiger after Clock brings up the next one. And I think that will be the written story of tanks for right now. As DV in the backline, if you were a Satchel, my friend, like you've been all game, that would be maybe an easy kill rocket. Not hitting anything of importance. The South American flank coming in clutch for CF for right now. Stealthy rocket from Butters and Raven and Wolfcaller. It's a trifecta of AT. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody misses their AT. CF has to be like, what is happening? What is going on? Raven and Butters, the only 2 ATs alive right now. Butters getting on the satchel. Getting on the track. Sorry, that's Raven. Raven with the satchel on the track. And then the satchel is not the thing that kills the tank. It is the IS. And with Pat in the back line, I'm worried. There goes another tank. Tank gets destroyed, I believe, by... Is the P4 still alive? No, the P4 is dead. Where did this tank get killed by? I guess just by infantry. Either way, it was a lose tank. P4 and a Tiger destroyed on the CF side, and a IS destroyed on the 3AC side. 3AC is now bringing up another IS with the crew of Clock, Six Puck, and Big Bear. Clock taking the TC spot from Six. I guess Six Puck had enough of Gunners Rickying shots. I don't think CF has changed their composition with their tanks yet. So 7 minutes left. 5 minutes left until the cap. You have to think CF. We need to start continuing the flanks in Whammo because it's working against these tanks. We need to condense our tanks inside the hard cap. Make sure we can start bringing people to the south side of the hard cap if we can. 3AC just needs to think about turtling, trying to get as much space outside the hard cap as possible while protecting their flank, as Davey again is still coming in. Not AT yet. Pat, though, on the other hand. Another flank guy. Chuckles looking around. Chuckles not looking. And Pat gets destroyed. I believe by BLC. 3C doing a great job protecting the hard cap. Top Gun might be able to might try to get a satchel in? No, he will not. Here comes a recon plane, checking a look at the maps. It is quite even of who is in hard cap, who is in sector, and who's not in sector. CF contesting, CF taking. I think 3AC has less people inside of the sector. Maybe a little bit more people inside the hard cap, but see, just look at the sea of red CF has. Only one IS left. I don't think this IS or Cubis is going to be able to get there in time. And there's a Tiger and a Lux coming up for the CF side. There was a freaking AT gun somewhere back here. It's right there. Sneaky bastard brick does get him though. Jesus, dude. CF going crazy with some of the strats. Back and forth, stealthy Crimson Sweet Sox plump inside of hardcap. Here comes the IS. I would be very careful about sending your tank here. Alma trying to chase after the tank. Might be able to try to satchel it. No. Runs back to deal with some of the inf. Where's the other Tiger? The other Tiger is to the right of your screen. Here comes a bombing run for CF. Bomber run airhead. Probably going to be the same exact spot. Bomber run taking down Hippo. Probably going to take down Plump maybe? No, it doesn't take down Plump, but does take Yeeting. As that bombing run runs to the hard cap. So right now CF has control of some of the backlines of 3AC. And most of the south. 3AC only has control of some of the hard cap as a Lux coming in. Send his tank crew. Moving in, smashing anything they can, trying to get Gary, trying to get maybe an OP, Akane pinging it. Same thing with Lysol. It's Wolfcaller, Raven, receiving the call for help. Here comes Clog. Big Bear has to see him. Big Bear doesn't see him. The Lux is going to be able to ram straight into the IS. This is desperation, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes left. 1 minute, or 1 minute 20 seconds left to start the cap for CF. It is down to the wire. 3C's infantry is inside the hard cap. CF's infantry is around the hard cap, around sector. Clock, Bid Bear, Six Puck just sitting. Not doing anything right now. Now it's time to move. As they have to know where the spawn is. Now smoke coming up in the back line. We're going to go and take a look at the map. There's an airheads outside that they're trying to look for. And 3AC is now full turtle. Another airhead spawn. One pin. NCIS. This is what I was talking about being careful. That's a major loss for 3AC. That IS was holding this this airhead spawn down. 30 seconds left until the end of the cap, or to the end of the match. Will CF be able to do it? Here comes the last Katushka strike, already coming down for Fish Squeezer and 3AC. Another big spawn wave for CF. Here it comes. 10 seconds left. Does CF have enough people? No! Katushka strike! That's going to be GG's. 3AC is going to be winning this one. It is going to be all 3AC. Keeping the cap. Congratulations 3AC. Very, very hard fighting team. Appreciate all of you guys for coming out. I'm going to get you stats coming up here soon, if I can get them. Those are definitely not the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Current game. Let's go and take a look. Our top frags for tonight. Gonna be We Are Charlie Kirk. That's gonna be the Artie guys made in Raqqa. Is going to be the top frag for CF. Squidward. Gonna be the top frag. Infantry Rise for 3AC is gonna be 77-31. Battleviz gonna be 82 and 63, the top frag for CF. It's gonna be GG. CF did a great job controlling 3AC's backline, getting those satchel kills on those tanks. I think that's gonna be an emphasis for 3AC later on. Is that 3AC just needs to protect their backline just a little bit better against these South American teams that are known for flanking. So we're going to take a look at the final map before the match ends. 3AC full turtle, CF mostly wiped out. Maybe one or two OPs. I do apologize for the graininess of the stream. I think CF won in terms of armor. In terms of the amount of armor that they lost less armor than 3AC. I think 3AC did get more infantry kills in terms of with their armor. Some mistakes here and there. But either way, it is a great win for 3AC. CF is going to start the cap here, but it's way too late. Take a look at the scores for everybody. Once we get through this here, we're going to give my accommodation to Faded. Great job. Top tank score for CF is going to be NA because I can't find the tank squad. There's only one. But Stun Player, Pahiro, and Tone. Where is that other guy? That Senna guy. He left, I think. No, he's over there. I just saw him. We're going to see if we can find him again. Come on. I can't believe I get XP for this. That's crazy. Let's see. Senna is going to be okay. 500, not bad. The best tank score for today is going to be Cubis. Cap goes to 918. Anyway, this is going to be GG's. Thank you very much for tuning in. This was CF versus 3AC on Kharkov. The game is going to be hell let loose. Thank you guys for tuning in. The VOD will be up here shortly. Great win by 3AC.